AFTV, we're here in Brooklyn at the O'Hanlon's Bar. Just finished watching the game. Arsenal 0, Atalanta 0, and I've got to say, that was a dreadful game. I'm glad I was there with the fans from New York. You know what I mean? They made the game better for me. Awful performance. I mean, awful, just an awful game. But I don't know. I didn't even know how to analyse that. I mean, very few chances within the game. Arsenal created very little. Not many chances for Arsenal. Two very well organised teams, two very good defences, and not a lot of chances in the game. And listen, when you go away in the Champions League, it's all about not losing the game, especially this early. Do not lose. That's the cardinal rule. Do not lose the game. We haven't lost the game. A very disappointing performance following our great win against Tottenham at the weekend. There was just a real lack of creativity from the Arsenal team. And is that because we're missing Martin Odegaard? You know, because there really did seem to be a lack of creativity. In the first half, when you had Jesus up there playing as a striker, left for very little. But obviously, you know, he's been missing for quite a long time, so he's got to get back used to it. And then in the second half, you know, we pushed Havertz up there a little bit better as regards to holding up the ball. But again, just a really disappointing performance. Even when even when Odegaard, even when Trossard came on, didn't really make much of a difference. Sterling came on, didn't really make much of a difference. Couldn't penetrate Atalanta, and it has finished 0-0. Now, listen, we've got to remember, Atalanta are a decent side. You know what I mean? They beat Liverpool 3-0 last year. You know what I mean? They won the Europa League. They are a good side. So it's not the worst performance, but obviously when you get into this competition, you want to get off to a winning start. But overall, I have to say, not a great performance by Arsenal. And I don't really know what to make of it. I guess it's just, we just got to take it and just say it's one of them. I've got a good friend, Callum, over there. Jump in, Callum. What did you make of it? Oh, let me sort of take this mic off. What did you make of it?
I think it just lacked a lot of intensity, to be honest with you. There was no real pace, no real energy to the play. I think you said it perfectly. Even when we brought the subs on, no real impact or any intensity added to it. Just a poor day at the office, to be honest with you.
Yeah, really, really poor. And I don't know, like, what chances did we create? There was the big chance, I think, for Gabriel Martinelli, where he was sort of played through and he just blasted it over. And he's a player really at the moment, really lacking in confidence, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think nearly at the end of the game, we even said to each other, I think it was 85 minutes, have we had a shot on target in the game? So, yeah, just overall, I think just a poor performance. And I think you said it perfectly, like we missed Odegaard.
Yeah.
We missed his fluidity. We missed his interplay with Saka on the wing. We missed his through balls, his timing, his composure. And yeah, our one chance falls to Martinelli. And at the moment, he just doesn't have his shooting boots, if you're being honest with it.
And that wasn't great. Let me get another fan. You want to say something? Listen, let me get you in, because I've got to say I was very impressed with the fans here at O'Hanlon's.
I only have one thing to say.
Midweek game.
Raya. Thank God for David Raya. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, we kind of got lucky in a way when you think about it, because Raya, great save from the penalty, and also a great double save, because on the rebound he pulled off that save as well.
Absolutely. I mean, 2 for the price of 1, right?
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Thank God for David Raya. As long as we didn't lose, that's the goal, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, big up to you. Let me get my man here. Right. How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
I was talking to him before the game. He's finished 0-0. It wasn't the greatest game. We was expecting a lot more. But that fan over there just said it. Thank God for David Raya, or he could be looking at a worse result.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, he's been fantastic. He saved so many big penalties for us, and to make the double save, that was incredible. I don't know how he does it. The fact that he's a little bit smaller makes it a little bit easier for him to bounce back up and be a little more agile than some of the bigger keepers out there and get that hand to that second ball. It was incredible.
Yeah, and by the way, listen, I want to pick up you fans over here in New York at the O'Hanlon's Bar. When I was coming here today, I was thinking to myself, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Most people are going to be at work. Be lucky to find anybody in here, but it was busy in there.
Oh, yeah. This place is wall-to-wall every match. It's incredible. We got a great community of Arsenal supporters here in New York. This isn't even the only Arsenal pub. We got 5 or 6 pubs in the area. We're actually doing a little charity football tournament between all the Arsenal pubs in New York City, calling it the Cannon Cup, doing it for the second year this year. Pretty excited about it. It's going to be great.
That's brilliant, brilliant. You know, so I would have played, but I've got to go home tomorrow.
Oh, that's a shame. You're not going to stick around. It's in October. You can come back. It's international break.
Are you a bit worried by the performance today, considering we're going into the game against Manchester City, or do you just look on it and say, listen, we take it and move on? Because when I think about it, Manchester City, they also drew 0-0 at home.
Yeah, they did. And, nobody really knows exactly what this new Champions League format is going to look like and how many points it's going to take to get into that top 8, which is a really important spot to be in, to save yourself having to play those 2 extra games. But we were really solid defensively, which is exactly what we're going to need from the boys this weekend if they're going to take anything away from that match. There was very little offensively today, and it worries me a little bit. Would have liked to have seen Raya come in late in the match and see maybe if he could have come up. Yeah, and where coming in for Martinelli at late in the match, move Trossard back out to the left. Would have been interesting to see what he could do, and if he showed some spark, maybe give him a run out on Sunday. But I understand City's not the place to put in a kid for his first Premier League start.
Yeah, we're missing Odegaard, and we can see that today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he really provides that creativity, that spark on our offense. He's incredible. The way that he just helps us kind of make something out of nothing sometimes, make those passes in the tight areas that find Saka, Martinelli, or Trossard cutting in. But yeah, it's really, it's a little bit of a throwback to, the boring Arsenal days. But we need that 1-0 to the Arsenal, not 0-0.
Well, listen, it was proper boring today. It wasn't a great result. But listen, at the end of the day, we've kind of gotten away with it because remember, Atalanta missed the penalty. Great save by David Raya. Great double save. And it's finished 0-0. City's game was 0-0 as well. So we go into that game on Sunday. Big, massive match against Manchester City even. And we got to play a lot better than what we played today. It was really a poor performance. But first game in the Champions League in a new format. We haven't lost the game. Next game's at the Emirates. Now it's vitally important that when we take that game back to the Emirates, we get ourselves 3 points. Want to big up everybody here at the O'Hanlon's Bar. Really, really impressed by the fans in there. Mid-afternoon here in New York, and the fans really turned out. So big up to all the fans over in New York. I already knew they were brilliant anyway. I've been here a couple of times. Fantastic fans. But they've really been rewarded today. A poor performance by Arsenal, but we haven't lost the game. It's finished 0-0. Now it's on to Man City at the weekend.